I'm happy to be here and represent Estonian Health Museum. Maybe a couple words about myself. I work in a health museum from 2022, so not so much. And I started working in the museum field since 2005. I started with an art museum as educator, so I have kind of educational background. And I'm fan of communities and engaging people and like asking advice from people and everybody. So I will try to do my best in 20 minutes. So as Una already said, our mission is to raise health awareness, so Estonian people are happy and healthier. So our main public is local public. We are not oriented on tourists, but sometimes they also come to see our museum. And actually our museum was established almost 100 years ago. And the interesting fact is there were no collections. There were just a number of doctors who thought that we need to do more. We need to educate people about healthcare issues, and that's the reason the museum was formed. And our permanent exhibition that we run at the moment, it was established. It was made in 2014, and it still looks quite good. And I mean, we are hands-on museum, so to keep it working for 10 years, it's an issue, and it's a certain routine to repair some things daily or every week. So we in this exhibition is mostly about anatomy and of human body and about health. I will show you a short film about our permanent exhibition, so you will learn what it is about. And there are subtitles in Estonian, so I will just translate them in English. So no sound. There's just the music, just imagine some nice music. What makes us human? One can see from a face that it is a human. What does the human consist of? Is the blood thicker than water? How powerful is body's defense force? Here they keep valuable inside information. Here's something about senses, I cannot translate it. They play with words. Where do the thoughts live? The life is only in the cell. Why do the eyes shine? The journey that lasts for 18 hours. How many holes can fit in one tooth? The role of the infinitesimal is infinitively large. How are children born? What does fetus do through the day? Is the love matter of heart? Why do people have sex? An addiction always has a price. The only way to live long is to get old. Everything is poison and everything is medicine. It depends on quantity. That's it. So it was a very fast excursion, virtual tour in our museum, and we have a lot of educational content, and we have over 15 topics for the museum lessons. It means for every age, and it's over 40 programs, museum lessons, and 50% of our visitors are students. So last year we had about 42,000 visitors, and half of them were students. We also have our own museum podcast called Synops. And we have a special platform for the virtual exhibition. But as you saw previously, mainly our permanent exhibition is about human body. It doesn't tell us anything about mental health. So we learn about physical health, but we don't know anything, or we don't learn anything about mental health or social health. That is also very important. Luckily, we have an exhibition space, an exhibition hall, and the two last big exhibitions, they were on mental health. So the one is Heaps of Happiness, an exhibition on well-being, mental health, and balance. Here you can see this round things. It's about emotions, 6 prior emotions that people feel. There were information what's happening in your body, what's the hormones, how do they affect our behavior, or how do we feel because of them. What happens when we fall in love, for example. And there were some tips on the like positive psychology. So how can you take care of yourself? And of course, there were some personal stories, how people feel, how do they, what kind of problems they have, what kind of hope they have, and what are the solutions, and some information where to go or whom to ask for the help. So. And this temporary exhibition was opened in 2021. It means during Corona times. And later on, it traveled to Tartu and to Pärnu. And now it is opened in Kohtla-Järve. It's not far from Narva. And it's opened not in the museum, it's placed into the school building, into the new gymnasium. And the exhibition we have on now, it's also part of the healthy lifestyle, and it's part of the mental health, actually. It's a universe of sleep, an exhibition about sleep and sleeping. So we learn what's happening in our bodies when we sleep. How this rest helps us to keep our brain working, or what's happening in our body, how the body recovers. So there's something about physical health and what's happening inside us, but it's also about brain. It's also about some sleeping habits and problems with the sleep. So usually people know almost everything, but it's like all together, and you understand what you are doing wrong or you are doing right. You analyze yourself on the exhibition, and the last room or last place is where you can just lay down and see some dreams on the screen on the top. And it is also planned as a traveling exhibition. And now about our collaboration projects. So between these two exhibitions, we had some place and space, and we needed to make something maybe not so, something maybe more funny or something more. So it was time when the coronavirus still was on, and the war started, so we wanted to make something positive. And then I came up with the idea to gather some funny stories and thought-provoking questions from children, actually not from children, from the parents. So we made a survey, kind of survey on Facebook, on social media, and got about 150 answers from the different people, different parents, about what the children say about human body and its workings. And we collected from there 25 questions and wrote the answers. The nice thing was that quite a number of my colleagues participated in it. It wasn't just my project, but it was like collaboration with everybody. We got this text translated and illustrated. And there also was a possibility for visitors to leave questions on the exhibition, so we got more and more and more questions. So we started with a blog. We were answering on this question. The questions are really different. Like somebody is asking, what do you feel when you die? Somebody is asking if placenta is a part of female body or children's body. Then what happens if you mix a cheetah and a person or human? So all kind of questions. And later on we just agreed with libraries. So 12 libraries will show this exhibition until March 2024. Then we will see in what conditions these posters are. Can we use it further or not? And at the moment we are publishing a childhood wisdom book with 70 questions and answers. So some tricky questions parents sometimes cannot answer, so you can just find the answer there in the book. So I like this project because it started from a small idea of involving public, mostly we have school groups, and other part of the visitors are mainly families with children up to 10-year-old. So we got all this information from the public, from our visitors, and we can use these questions as a kind of survey, so we see what they're interested in, because there are certain things they are asking, like different children were asking about teeth or about birth, or there's certain topics we should talk more about. And another co-creation community project, it's not finished yet, it's somewhere in the middle, I would say. It's mobile mini exhibitions. and we are prototyping like everything. We are prototyping this process of cooperation with co-creation and cooperation with communities. We are prototyping this exhibition models, how to make something that can be easily transported. And our partners are Estonian Association of Speech Therapists, the Diabetes School, and the Talent Chamber of Disabled People. So really different organizations, and like the topics are different, and the people who deal with, or number of people who deal with this exhibition topic are also different in these three organizations. So speech therapists, there are about 8 people who try to participate in all this process. And Tallinn Chamber of Disabled People, there's just one person who is really busy and it's quite difficult for her, but still she's going on, and I think we will manage to do it. And Diabetes School, so it's probably the easiest from all these 3 organizations. So what are the aims of this project? So as a museum, we want to learn more about medicine history. We want to make kind of research on these topics and gather experience stories and broaden museum collections. So it's an opportunity to talk to these community members, to get in touch with them and to get some interesting things, or to understand the way how the healthcare has changed through the times. And another side of this project is that actually after these exhibitions, mini exhibitions will be completed, we will give those exhibitions to these communities for their use. So it's kind of support of these communities in their everyday informative work. So they, for example, diabetes school, they go to the schools or kindergartens where they have these children who suffer from diabetes, and they make some educational programs there, so to teach teachers how to be with this kid, how to take care of him. And if they have an opportunity to leave this exhibition there, to make this education course and leave the exhibition, then the children as well will take a part of it, their parents will take a part of it, so the awareness will be much bigger. And here on the picture you can see the process, how do we work. And here's one of the prototypes of our exhibition design. And we will see in the beginning of September, it's already physically how it looks like and how can we go on with that. And the first mini exhibition should be done by the end of October. And so with this project, we solve the problem of lack of exhibition space. So we have one exhibition hall, but there are quite a number of health organizations that turn 100, and they want their own exhibition. So it's kind of our proposal for them, so they can make an exhibition for themselves and take it anywhere they want. And another thing is lack of mediators. So who can talk about this on this topic in the best way? better than anyone else. These communities, these kind of organizations. And in future, we just hope to engage more communities and make more research on medicine or healthcare history, and broaden our collections. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, Jelena. Are there any questions to our colleague or comments? Or nothing, yeah. Cosmos arī neatbild. So just one question from my side. Are all colleagues at the museum involved in this co-creation, or is this rather a group of people who are more friendly and more? We know from old museums which are established 100 years ago, there are certain structures. You have not a lot of space for creation or collaboration with communities. Is it the case in your museum, or is everybody involved?
So my team is involved, and I think further it depends on the where do we get with our project, because further on we need a more communication team to involve new communication team, or so we ask for help our colleagues. We don't ask them to participate in each meeting, and we the three of us running this collaboration project mainly, and we have each of us is responsible for one organization. So I'm responsible for diabetic school, and I'm for me it's a bit easier because I'm a representative of this community as well. So I'm diabetic, but it's, yes, I mean, when we need to get something, or we find something that could be used in our collections, so we then we talk to our head of collections and decide do we have it already, or we can take it.
So it's also a new collaboration among the different structural units of the museum, I suppose.
We always collaborate, I would say. It's not a new thing to collaborate.
Great. So when in Tallinn, then you should visit the Estonian Health Museum and ask Jelena to show. This looked really impressive. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you.